Hello YouTube, welcome to my channel. My name is Luis and today I will be installing a new external solid state drive on my new purchase Mac Mini M4. So I went for the cheaper version of the Mac Mini M4, the one that comes with only 250 gigabytes of storage. That for the current days it's really short. So if you are planning to use the Mac Mini M4 to edit video in 4K, it will get full and without space really quickly. So the only solution, if you don't want to pay for the extra space to Apple, is to put an external solid state drive, and if you want more speed you should go for NVMe. That stands for non-volatile memory express. Okay, so those ones are faster than the regular ones. Okay, so and if you want to see the full review of this Ugreen enclosure, I have a video with it where I did make some speed tests, and so if you want to know more about it, go check it out. It was the video that I posted previous than this one. Okay, so we are about to start, and let's plug it into the Mac Mini M4. So this is my Mac Mini with just the internal solid state drive, and I kept one print screen here just to show you that I was left with less than 500 megabytes. That was impossible to do anything, so the system was already complaining that there was no space available, and so I was waiting for the external solid state drive to be able to use my Mac Mini at full potential. Okay, so let's do it. I will explain everything that I'm doing. So now we are setting up the system to show external and internal drives. Okay, let's move the print screen to the photos folder, and now let's plug the solid state drive for the first time to the Mac Mini, and we will receive a message that the disk needs to initiate. Okay, so disk utility, it will open automatically, so you just need to change here the view for show devices and we will see disks. Okay, so this is the external one. So I will create 3 partitions and I will explain why. So if you don't want to create 3, you just can create 1 and it will be good, but I will explain why I will do 3 partitions. Okay, and the video will be about that. Okay, so the first partition I will create for data, and it will be Windows readable. That means that needs to be formatted on FAT or exFAT. I'm formatting FAT, but then later on I went and formatted it exFAT. So if I want to take this solid state drive, I will be able to read files in my Windows computer from this partition. Okay, I will be able to read and write files into that partition. The second partition that I will be creating will be for a secondary installation of macOS Sequoia. Okay, so it will be like a rescue disk. So if there is a problem with my main installation, I can always boot from my external solid state drive. And there is a reason why we don't do the main installation in the external solid state drive. If you do it, it will run really well. However, you will lose Mac Apple intelligence. It will not work on the external drive. Okay, so the goal will be to move our home folder to the external solid state drive, to the external disk. Okay, so doing that, we will move all our files and including applications. So before you do this, you should not log in to your iCloud account. Otherwise, it will start downloading all your files, all your movies, all your pictures, all your music, and so it will fill your disk even more. Okay, so do it only after this procedure is complete. Okay, so we need to copy all folders inside home folder to the external disk. It will take a while, so that is why I put the video moving faster. Okay, so after files are copied to the new destination, we don't delete them yet. Okay, we will do that later. So we will copy all folders inside the home folder on the main disk to the external partition. This will take time depending on the files that you already have on your installation. Once everything is copied, we need to create a folder. So we need to tell the system where the new home folder will go. So select your user, click Control on your keyboard, and at the same time click with your mouse, and you will have this option to change the home folder. But first we need to create a folder to put all those ones inside. Okay, so click and create a folder called home folder. And now just move all the others inside. Okay, and now we go to the system, select your user, click Control on your keyboard, put your password, and then there will be an option to change the home directory. Click Change, go to your new folder and click Open, OK, and OK. And we will need to restart the machine. Okay, so I will stop recording right now because I'm recording the screen. I will get back with the new system, so you will have to do everything again, selecting the keyboard, everything. And that is why I have a new wallpaper, and we are now ready to enable again on Finder the hard drives, internal and external. Okay, so as you see now on the home folder on the main SSD, we don't have anymore the icons inside the folders, meaning that our home folder is right now successfully moved to the external disk. Now we can move all our applications to the new home folder directory. Okay, but there is a situation. Okay, we cannot move all the applications, so the Apple ones, we will not be able to move them. So GarageBand we can, and iMovie I believe also we can, but there are some that belong to the system that we cannot change. All the others you can change, and you may change to free some space on your main solid state drive. Okay, so I will do all, and I will come back again with all the applications moved, and then you have to restart. And now I am doing some cleanup of my dock, so I don't want so many applications on my dock, and this is how you get rid of them. Just move and drop high, and they will be removed from the dock. Okay, so we are now ready to see that everything is working. Okay, so if we go to users, we can now get rid of all those folders, because here we have our home folder with the icons. That means that the system is recognizing that this is the actual home folder for my user. So we will have to create a second user on the main disk. Okay, why? Because so if something happens and you can't, so imagine that you don't have your solid state drive connected to your Mac Mini and you want to boot. If you do it with this user, as the home folder is allocated to the external drive, you will not be able to boot because your files are not there. So we need to create a new user, and I will do it with you just in a while. Okay, so I'm just showing you that all applications are now in the external disk and they work. And you also can create aliases from the Apple application. So you see I have Safari here on the left, and I can create an aliases on the right side, so you don't have to open two different folders to launch applications. You can create an alias, put them on that folder, and you will be able to boot from that folder. Okay, also important, if you download applications from the store, they will go directly to the internal disk. Then we have to move them to the external disk. Okay, so after deleting all the folders that we don't need anymore on the main disk, we can now go and create a secondary account just if we need to boot on our Mac Mini without the external disk connected to be able to boot. Okay, so create a second user. It has to be with administrated privileges. Okay, it can't be a standard user, otherwise you will have your hands tied. So create as administrator and just create the user. Okay, and now we can change, of course, the image if you don't like the one that the system gave you. And then we need to restart just to see if it is working. So remember that for this one, the home folder will be in the main disk, so don't fill it up with a lot of applications, otherwise you will have your main disk again full. So this will be just for rescue if you need it in the future. Okay, so I'm booting now from the second user that I created. And once you do it, you will have to go and do everything, the setup again for this new user. and that's it. Okay, so it's done. So right now at this part of the video we have created 3 partitions. We have moved our home folder to the external solid state drive, and now at the end I will be installing a secondary system on the external drive on the 3rd partition. Okay, so Mac Mini M4 only accepts Sequoia, so even if I wanted to install Sonoma, and I tried, it doesn't accept. Okay, so I will be installing Sequoia, so I will not cover this in the video, just showing you that can be done. I did it. I will show you at the end of the video, but there was a problem here that I want to show you. So when I selected the external partition, the system says that there is no space. Okay, and I was getting really annoyed about that, but then I did some searching and I found the solution. So you see, the system says that there is no space, but the problem is not with the destination of the installation. The problem is with my Mac Mini main disk that doesn't have space to be able to operate and install macOS Sequoia. So after deleting after moving all the applications to the external folder, I was able to install macOS Sequoia to the partition, and I will show you right away. So here it is. So you see I already changed the icons. So we have this one where we moved the home folder. We have the data where I created the partition to be able to read and write files from Windows computer, and we have the secondary installation of macOS Sequoia, and it runs perfectly. Everything is working really well. Don't forget, if you are enjoying the video, to leave a thumbs up. It's really important for the channel, and also for YouTube to show the video to more people. Okay, as you see, everything is fully working, and so the only application that I had to maintain on the internal disk was Lulu, which is my firewall. So that one, it didn't work on the external disk. And this is what I told you. So whenever you do a download from the App Store, it will install on your internal solid state drive. So every time you install bigger applications, you should move them to the external applications folder. So it's done. So you just have to move it from the internal to the external, and doing this you will have always your internal disk ready with space to run properly. Okay, so everything is working really well, and this was the way I found to be the most efficient for my use. Okay, so if you do it differently and you have your way of doing it, leave it on your comments below. I would like to hear about it. So everything is, so in order to boot from the second installation, the one with the Sequoia icon, you just need to select disks, startup disk, and then tell the system which one you want to start and click restart, and here you have it. So I'm running from the external disk Sequoia. This is my second installation, and yeah, everything is working smoothly, fast and reliable. So I hope you learned something from this video. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button and consider subscribe the channel for more videos. I'll catch you on a new one. Bye bye.